Hey guys, so I figured I'd do a little update video on the Ridgeline since I put the tracks, the 2-inch lift kit on it. I'm sorry it's taken so long. It's been about 8 months since I posted the video up and did the lift kit. Um, I'm gonna do two parts really. The first, I'm just gonna talk about the lift kit, the tires I put on, and everything. And the second half of this video, I'll go over all the other stuff I've done to the truck besides the lift kit and the tires. So if you just want to hang out for that, the beginning part, so you know. So I did the 2-inch lift kit about 8 months ago. I did develop a slight wobble in the front end, accelerating through turns or whatever. I had that when I first bought it, but I feel like it got amplified from the lift kit. So I replaced the two CV axles, the two front CV axles with OEM Honda ones. And when I pulled the passenger side off, I realized that it was an aftermarket CV axle that someone else already replaced. So I think that was causing the wobble issue, and I might not have had any issues at all if it wasn't aftermarket. I put some 265/65 R18 Cooper Discovery AT3s on here. I like these tires, very minimal road noise. They were great in the winter. I couldn't really get the tires to break free, and even when I did, the all-wheel drive system, as soon as I hit the gas again, it would kind of correct itself and grab the road. I did have to take my mud flaps off, cut this fender liner, and then grind down these welds on that side and this side as well. Now I still get a very slight rub on the passenger side. When I'm halfway turning to the right, it'll like contact a little bit. I think just hitting the plastic fender liner though, I'm not worried about it. I just gotta sit down one day and pull it back a little bit more, or maybe grind some more of the pinch weld off. But besides that, absolutely no issues with the tracks to kit. I did have a slight reduction in miles per gallon by like 1 or 2. That could also be because the speedometer's off. It thinks I'm going slower than I actually am, so I'm covering less miles. It thinks I'm covering less miles. That's to be expected if you put bigger tires and a lift kit on a vehicle. It still rides great, feels good down the highway, no issues cornering or going through turns or stuff at speed. Still has plenty of power for what it is, and very minimal road noise or anything at all. So that really covers the lift kit, I believe, and the tires I put on. If you have any questions, you can just feel free to put that in the comments, I guess, and I'll try to get around to answering them. So everything else that I've done to this truck, I bought a Honda roof rack for it, OEM roof rack. There's another video on YouTube that's really good going over how to mount this and how to install it correctly. I found instructions online from Honda as well how to do it, and the only thing I had an issue with was cutting. You have to cut this black channel here because where that mounts in now, you have to cut it back for that. And the measurements they give you are metric in America, so we use standard. So all my measuring devices are all in imperial. So I had to do a conversion and just write down all the numbers and convert them to imperial, so I can easily just put it out and cut it. And I had to use like a hacksaw blade because it's like thin rubber over like thin metal. So that was that. I bought this Lear cap off of Craigslist for $300, I believe. And I plastied it to black. It was originally like maroon red. And this thing's great. So I have tons of dry storage now back here. No issues with any of that. When I go on vacation, I can just put all the luggage and all my my daughter's stuff back here, and it all stays dry. And that's including the trunk and the bed too, which is great. I replaced all the bulbs, LED bulbs. My reverse lights are LED bulbs now. I also put kayak racks on top. I have a 10-foot kayak. I've done a lot of work audio-wise as well. I replaced the in-dash tweeters with aftermarket tweeters. They just wire it up to the factory wiring that was in there. And that made a huge difference in the sound system out of everything else I did. That really just got it nice and loud and clear for me. And I've read other guys doing the tweeter upgrade as well, and they said it was really good for it. I have a Exelon, I think Kenwood Exelon or something. Yeah, Kenwood Exelon head unit in here. doubled in, and I have that going to, I got Polk audio slim speakers for all the door speakers, and those I bought. Speakers, they're a bracket to mount to the door panel, because it's a weird door panel. It's not just a straight up just put the speaker in and screw it to the door panel. And I also bought wire adapters that you can just plug the male and female end, or the positive and negative, into the speaker, the aftermarket speaker, and it plugs right into the Honda harness, so you don't have to cut any of the wiring harness or anything at all. I've also I took the cigarette lighter out of this side and put this USB charger in for my phone and my flashlight, and then I actually reused the cigarette lighter port from here, and I put it down in there. Back here I tapped it off the other cigarette lighter that's back here, but I tapped that off so the batteries, so I can charge my I have a vape, so my vape batteries, and this is actually always on, even though the truck's off, which is great because I just leave them charging in here. There is a mod, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it. You pretty much just bypass this relay down here. Yeah, I don't have enough light. If you look it up, you can bypass the relay, so you get power on all the time for either this outlet or these outlets up here. So there's that. And I have my 1200 watt amplifier under here, and that's all ran. This is the only place where you can see the wires, but everything's ran either through the sills or underneath the center console. And that powers, I have two 12-inch subs back here. What I got, Alpine Type S's. I got two 12s. This was a MDF box off of Amazon. I picked up for like $70 or something like that, and really cheap. And these weren't that expensive either. These are great. They hit really nice. But I have all the wires running onto the floor into these. I believe I have them bridged, so I only have one wire coming through into it and then ending. Damn paper towels. That pretty much is it. I can't think of anything else that I've done. Yeah, that seems about right. If I do hang on to the truck, I do want to get I want to paint this strip right here black. Probably plastic up that black, so I think that'll look mean. And maybe get a bull bar for it. And I have two 7-inch LED lights, like round lights with the red case, that I was gonna put up here too. Not sure if or when I'm gonna do that. Kind of like driving it as it is now. Everything's fine. It works great for me. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking it out and waiting until I made a new video about it. But that's that. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments. I don't know if you can personal message on YouTube, like send me a personal message, but if you want to do that and you can, go ahead. I'll try to answer you. But other than that, thank you for watching.